The first process of installing a new outdoor living project is demo. We have an idea of what the project's going to look like when we're done, where everything's going to go, and how it's all going to work together. But the first thing we have to do is we have to get the existing area out. Now, a lot of times we can come in and use machines, whether they're smaller skid steers or full-size skid steers, excavators, etc. And we come in and we do a lot of it by machine, and it goes a little faster and it's a little easier. But sometimes it takes handwork because we're working around pieces of the home that are going to stay and can't be disturbed. Sometimes that's shrubs, flowers, vegetation in general. Sometimes it's just an existing front porch or back porch or sidewalk that we're afraid that if we try to break it out, it's going to end up looking worse, and then that part will have to be redone. So sometimes hand excavation and demolition is what's necessary. Also keep in mind that demolition isn't just bringing a sledgehammer and the biggest machines you can find. Demolition typically takes planning, measurements, math, all sorts of things. It's not just grunt labor, even though sometimes that's what it looks like. But we still have to think about what do we want to be left when we're done excavating and demoing this area, right? We also have to think about where are we going to put trenches so that we can have drainage pipes so that the water can get out of the outdoor living area. So as you can see, sometimes on these projects we have to do that by hand, typically because it's near the house, and so there are cable lines and phone lines and irrigation lines. There's all sorts of things that we try to not completely break and cause more trouble, but sometimes that's also not avoidable. But when we can, we try to hand excavate just to make sure that that's smaller. And some of the reason why demo takes so long is because it's not just dirt and a few rocks, right? Once we get everything broken apart, concrete pads and rebar, it's this entangled spider web of scrap that needs to be hauled off and taken to a dump site. So it's more than just bring in a big machine or a big shovel and scoop it all out. A lot of times the rebar has to be cut. We have to be really careful when we're tapping into the existing foundation or getting the existing patio away from the existing foundation. Now, bigger machines definitely make this simpler. When we can come in with a trencher put on the end of a skid steer, sure goes a lot faster than guys having to hand dig. And believe me, our crews love when we can use this, but it's just not always necessary. So that's why sometimes these are the things that homeowners don't see as far as the pride of ownership that we take on all of our projects that we're installing, to make sure that we're doing the best project that we possibly can with as little interference into your normal day as possible.